What's going on, everyone? Long time no see. So, today we are going to be talking about Bitcoin, obviously. And as you guys can see here, the crypto market is pretty green for the week, which we have not seen in quite some time, with the exception of a few things with FTT, of course, and then we have Flare and things like that. But, anyways, and Luna and Helium. But, anyways, let's not talk about the things that are down for right now, because we'll get into that later. Let's go ahead and take a look at the markets, guys. So this is just one of quite a few things that I want to talk to you guys about here, and that would be the crypto fear and greed index. So let's go ahead and take a look at where we are currently with fear and greed. So currently Bitcoin is at, I believe, yes, 55. So we're at a 55 on the crypto fear and greed. So we're a little bit over half. So it's not as bearish as it was before. Certainly leaning a little bit more towards the bullish side if you want to do the estimating thing from 50 to 100. And with that being said, Bitcoin's price is currently sitting at $22,970. So that's the current price that we are at right now. So let's go ahead and just take a look at just a few of the things here and go over just what I'm looking at when I'm looking at the market. And also keep in mind, guys, that this is not financial advice. I'm not a financial advisor. You guys already know this deal. So right now, currently for a 24-hour dollar volume, we have pretty much $8 billion or $85 billion. I don't know why I left the five out. But anyways, guys, that's what we've got. We got the open interest here. This is CoinGlass for those of you who don't know. Definitely a very, very nice tool to have on your side whenever you're looking into the markets and stuff like that. So with the 24-hour liquidations, guys. So right now for the liquidations, we have, let's go ahead and click it, Sindri. Check it out. Right now we have a total of $114 million have been liquidated, mostly with the bears right now, of course. So like most people that were had shorts open definitely got liquidated with this recent short squeeze that just happened. That was pretty nasty. And now we're kind of looking like we might be seeing a bit more of a pullback. I think if we are going to see a pullback, we're going to see it within this weekend. Like by the time we hit this weekend, we're definitely going to see it, especially Sunday, because that's the day right before the equity market opens up, and that's usually what happens. Is things get a little rocky coming into Monday, and then right around about 8:30, 9:30 when the bell rings, that's whenever the market pretty much decides what direction it's going to go. It usually decides the direction a little bit before, or that's at least what I've seen with like my trading. So around like 8:30, 9 o'clock, that's when you can really start seeing some movement start happening. But until then, it's usually just trading sideways or going down in anticipation, depending on if there's like a Fed announcement or anything like that. But anyways, guys, that's what we were looking at there with the short, the long to short ratio, and then we have the liquidations that we were talking about. There it is. So anyways, guys, yeah, I have an allergy to cats, and I have a cat. She's right here. Yeah, I've got an allergy to cats, and I've got my cat, and she's always in my face. So there's that part. So if you guys hear my nose, it's probably because I need to do some more dusting around and get her hair because she's shedding. But anyways, guys, let's stop talking about that. So all right, we're looking at the Bitcoin long to short ratio. So with the long to short ratio right here, as you guys can pretty much see, these are the long to short ratios for the 5 minutes. Let's go ahead and change that for 24 hours. All right, so over the last 24 hours, this is the long to short ratio. So we've got a lot more people taking the short in now that Bitcoin is starting to lose some steam here. And let's run over to a chart really quick just so I can show you guys a little bit of what I'm talking about here. Alrighty, so what I'm talking about here is we had this explosive move up starting back around January 23rd, and that explosive move continued to move up until today. So it's been an explosive 3 day move pretty much from the 23rd to today, which is the 26th. And now we're kind of at the top of this flag here, and we're just trading sideways right now. And everybody's kind of sitting back in anticipation, like, is this going to keep moving? Because we've seen Bitcoin do this before in the past, where it'll make this really, really strong parabolic move and will continue to move up. and that's usually whenever the bottom's already in, you know what I mean? But we've also seen Bitcoin make moves where we get this insane move, and after you get this insane move, you get a dump that's just about as bad. And I could probably scroll back here and find something along those lines, and I'm not too sure. This is a super old chart, and I haven't even gone through and fixed anything, as you guys can see. But anyways, with that being said, if that were to happen, we could easily come back down and test this 20K range. The 20K has been a fairly decent level of support, and 18K has been an even more decent level of support as of recent. So we could pretty much see Bitcoin go anywhere between this 20K range and the 18K range, which is about right here. So we could see it trade anywhere between 20K and 18K if we were to see a sizable pullback. And after that, we may be able to continue to move forward, but we're going to have to definitely give it some time and wait and see on that one. So anyways, back to the long and short ratios. But as you guys can see, across just about every exchange, um, it's looking very, very lopsided here as far as people starting to go short over the last 24 hours with Bitcoin. And you could probably check everything else like Ethereum and things like that, and it's going to pretty much look the same across the board with that. And I'll definitely talk about things like this on Twitter as well. If you guys aren't following me there, definitely follow me there because I could post things a lot quicker on there. I just want to share this with you guys really quick. This is from Bitcoin or Bust. She's got a lot of good intel on the markets and stuff like that. A lot of experience, many, many years of experience. As you guys can see, she said with Bitcoin on January 20th, she said she's going to pin this one and see how it ages. So it's definitely going to be nice to see how this one ages, because I think this is very interesting as well, because she said she thinks the whole world is in trouble and the elites know it, and they're probably going to throw one parabolic pump out, just like a Hail Mary, to exit pump with maximum amount of profits and convert it into something like gold or some type of commodity, something like that. And I'm not too sure if it's going to be just 100% gold. But as you guys can see here, they can't do this so efficiently with the markets, actually, with the trade markets, because you got like the stock market and stuff like that. It's not as easy to manipulate the stock market and have high chances of not getting caught doing something like that. You know what I mean? So the crypto market is a lot easier to manipulate at this point in time. So that would probably be their best bet, which would be to go after crypto and run to the bank afterwards, especially ahead of regulation and stuff, because once any type of regulation comes in, it might be a little bit harder for them to do that. So this is definitely something to keep in mind and take a look at. And she posted this on the 20th, and we got that move up on the 23rd, as we just recently seen with the chart when I was just showing you guys. So she said this on the 20th, and we kind of been doing just about that, you know what I mean? So it's going to be definitely interesting to check this one out and see how it works, because this is definitely scary, as I said before, and as El Diablo said as well. It's definitely scary, to be honest, how accurate that sounds at this moment. So now that we've talked about that, let's go ahead and take a look at the Bitcoin dominance here. So right now, currently, we have Bitcoin dominance sitting at 44%, and it's just trading sideways right now. But honestly, in my own opinion, I think that the Bitcoin dominance can actually rise up quite a bit more. I think we've got 50% in the bag from here if things continue to go up, unless the Fed comes out and a few other things align and things take a quick turn to the other direction, and the Fed doesn't back off and the other things that I have in mind happen. We've gone over that quite a few times, so I don't want to go down that rabbit hole and talk about all that stuff. But we're definitely at an inflection point right here in the market. As you guys can see here, we've been here before, all the way back here in July, right before that long few months of a down run started. So with that being said, yeah, that's before the whole FTX debacle and whatnot. So with that being said, what we're going to want to watch out for pretty much is the Fed and quite a few other things like the DXY. The DXY is continuing to go down. So I did actually believe that the DXY had a chance to move up at least towards 120 before going down, but it actually got rejected over here at 115 and continued its trend down, which was good for crypto. So I'm definitely not complaining. Nobody can be right 100% because if I was, I'd be a trillionaire right now and I wouldn't really need to do any of this. So anyways, guys, with that being said, as you see here, we're just kind of trading sideways with the DXY. And if you actually look at the Bitcoin chart, it's pretty much exactly what Bitcoin's doing as well. That's not the Bitcoin chart. So if you look at the Bitcoin, well, this is the weekly. I exited out of the other chart, but you guys had already seen the chart. So if you look at the Bitcoin chart, like when I was talking about before, it's pretty much just going sideways. And with that being said, it's mirroring the DXY action as the DXY is going sideways as well, but it's still continuing on its downtrend here. Now, what I am looking at though is if the Fed, like the Fed said, like if Jerome Powell is going to stick to his guns and he's not really too happy with this recent run up in the market and he's ready to kill it and just take it back down, then of course we're definitely probably going to see things with Bitcoin get a lot worse, and that may give the DXY a chance to move back up, which is a possibility. But at this point, I'm leaning a little bit more bullish because honestly, when you think about it, usually whenever there's recession talk and inflation talk, stuff like that, and it gets to the point where everybody's just about bearish, that's usually when we've hit the peak and inflation's already behind us and the market's are already moving ahead of the pack pretty much. The market's already gotten everything priced in, it's starting to head back up and slowly trending upwards. And it's just something to keep in mind. I don't even know, man. It's just something. It's just a lot of things to take into account right now. There's just so much to talk about, and I haven't done a video in so long, so I'm just trying to like get as much as I can out with little to no preparation. Just pretty much came home and said, "Let me do a video real quick." So, as you guys can see here, I drew this chart out a while back ago when we were heading down. And with this, the range I'm looking for right now is 25K. I can't be 100% bullish until we cross above 25K and we flip it into support instead of resistance. Until we hit that point, I just can't be 100% bullish. Just me personally, guys. As you see here, we've came up to this range before and got rejected briefly and sent back down after moving sideways for quite some time. But honestly, what I think is going to happen is we are going to see Bitcoin move off of this low here, and it's not going to stop until we get about right about here, which would be that 31K range. But I really want to see it get over 25K first before I even talk about 30K at this point, because there's no point in talking about 30K if we can't get up to if we can't get up and above 25K. As we've seen before, we've gotten up there, gotten close, and got rejected. Sorry guys, my nose is just killing me. She's like right under me. But yeah, we've seen it happen before where we've gotten up to that point and got rejected. So it's definitely going to be interesting to see what Bitcoin does within the next 2 to 3 weeks, because I believe if we're going to see this move happen, we're going to see this move happen within the next few weeks. So somewhere between mid-February to early February. I'm not looking at late February. Late February, I'm expecting some sort of a small pullback, kind of like what we're seeing now. depending on how hard and how fast this moves up. But that's just what I'm currently looking at, to be honest with you guys, at the current given moment and point in time. So if you guys have any other ideas on what you think is going to happen with this, definitely leave them in the comment section below. But if you guys actually go ahead and take a look, usually whenever we hit the market bottom like this, we've never really seen Bitcoin come down this hard over this long of a period of time. This has been quite a few. So pretty much, if you come all the way back here, a bit over 400 days now at this point. I think we're at like 430, 440, something like that. So since August, or since about November of 21, we've been in a downtrend technically, if you want to think about it that way, and you don't want to count this area here. We've been in a very, very strong downtrend. And when you look at these charts here, when we came out of these downtrends, we've had nothing but green candles printing. And this is the first time in quite a bit of time where we've had some decent sizable green candles printing. If you look here, these are okay in size, but they were nothing compared to what these ones are starting to look like here. And we haven't really seen that except for maybe a few other times, which is what's kind of leading me to be a little skeptical at the moment, because we have seen it here where we came up and we had some few decent candles print on the weekly. Where we had a few decent candles print on the weekly, and then we got hammered down pretty hard. So we're definitely going to have to keep an eyeball on that, because this is like the do or die moment in my personal opinion. If we are going to go down, I think that Bitcoin's probably going to set in a new low if we do go down. So we're probably going to go much below 15K. We'll probably come down to about the 10K range. If not 10K, about 12K to 10K. But I really don't think that's going to happen at this point, because so many people are bearish, and so many people just are looking for this to happen, to go down that range so that they can accumulate. And usually we've seen this time and time again, where when everyone is just following to and leaning towards one narrative, it goes the exact opposite. Bitcoin just loves to do the exact opposite of what everyone thinks it's going to do. And because not everybody can be a winner. So that's one of the reasons why I'm thinking that this run right here is probably going to be one for the books, in my own personal opinion. I think that this is going to be the biggest bear trap of all time, more than likely. I feel like there's a higher probability of Bitcoin making a huge turnaround and potentially coming up here and testing the 60K range again, versus going down towards 10K. But there is still the possibility of us going down towards 10K. I just don't see it happening. I feel like if it was going to happen, it would have already happened. Like, we've had FTX, we've had Luna, Celsius, so many things. And even with all of those things happening, it still couldn't bring us down below 15K. So with that being said, what has to happen to bring us down below 15K to the point where people are going to just completely give up and sell? And with that being said, it's just going to have to be something like a huge war starting, or just complete financial devastation in the U.S. And I honestly just don't believe that they are going to let that happen at any point anytime soon without like going out with a bang. And I don't think the world is going to really let things go out with a bang just yet. So with that being said, that's pretty much what I'm looking at with the market right now. We do have Ethereum here as well. So if we were to go ahead and take a look at the Ethereum chart, Ethereum's just kind of doing its own thing at this point. And right now, I know we have the Shanghai or whatever event coming up, and I haven't really looked too much into that at the moment. I've been hearing quite a bit about it, though. And with that going on, there's been a lot of talk about ETH. There's always a lot of talk about ETH. But anyways, guys, we are looking at Ethereum right now, trading at a 1566. So I don't really know too much. Like I'm bullish on Ethereum, but at the same time, I feel like it's about time that something else comes in and takes its place. But so far, there's been nothing taking its place, and there's been a lot of layer 2 solutions and layer 3s and stuff building on Ethereum, and pretty much Ethereum's got like the first mover advantage in the space right now. So I know it's not going anywhere. Like, it's not just going to disappear just like that or anything like that. But it would definitely be nice to see something else come up and give Ethereum a run for its money, if you know what I'm saying. But with Ethereum, what I'm looking at right here would be the range I'd have to see it cross over would obviously be the 1680 range, heading up towards 1700. As you see here, we've met it here before, and when we met it here, that's when we took a dive down, which is what I was talking about with Bitcoin. If we get up towards that 25k range, which for Ethereum would be equivalent to getting up to that 1680 to 17k range, and then we get rejected, we could potentially see something nasty like this spill off and happen again. Because as you guys can see here, it's happened here, it's happened somewhat here, but we got a little bit higher before, and it's just happened quite a few times where we've came up to that range and got rejected. So it's definitely going to be something to look into, because if we do get rejected from here, I definitely see 1400 to 1350 in the range of that range for Ethereum. And but if we are able to break over that, I definitely do see Ethereum kind of making a run for it, and we could see potentially an $1,800 Ethereum quite quickly, especially with the EIP 1559, with the burn from that, and all the ETH that's been locked up and things like that. There's a lot of things going on with Ethereum that is making it a very, very scarce asset at the moment, and it's becoming a lot more scarce than Bitcoin at this point. Like, at this point, it's at the point where Ethereum has already had like a super happening compared to Bitcoin, and it's just been kind of being held down here. And I honestly don't think it's going to be held down like that for much longer. So if we are going to see Ethereum come up, I can definitely see Ethereum coming up towards this $2,000 level, and then just, if things continue to go bullish, it's off to the races from that point. But that's just pretty much what I'm looking at for the market right now. I'm definitely I've got some profits because I've been buying since the bottom pretty much, and definitely have some profits. I haven't taken any just yet because they're, even though they're somewhat sizable, it's not like sizable enough for me to really want to go ahead and pull the profits just yet, especially if there's a chance that things can go much higher. And with altcoins right now, I believe if Bitcoin does go ahead and make that move up to 30K, we are going to see a alt season like no other. And that's exactly what I'm hoping on and what I'm banking on at this point. Because back at the lows, I was able to accumulate quite a bit along with a few of my family members and friends and stuff like that. We definitely accumulated quite a bit if we did catch the bottom this time around perfectly, and that would be very, very nice, because last time I was so close to the bottom, so close to catching the bottom, but I didn't just exactly catch that bottom. But this time I definitely got super duper. I was like pretty much on top of it. So with that being said, it would definitely be nice to see alt season kind of just start off and kick off, but we definitely have to let Bitcoin go ahead and do its thing first. And that's just pretty much what I'm waiting on here, guys. And I don't want to go ahead and ramble on too much. With the next video, I'll definitely go ahead and try to make sure it's a little bit more organized, and like I come in with a game plan. I know what I want to talk about and stuff like that. And I'm just not coming off the top of my head with like a completely congested mindset from not being able to breathe. But that's all I'm looking at with Bitcoin and Ethereum and the crypto market in general. So for right now, I just feel like we're still somewhat in an accumulation phase, because if we are about to head over to 30K, obviously people are going to be telling you like, yo, you should have bought at 22. What were you doing? You should have bought at 23. Anything below 25K Bitcoin was a steal. You know what I mean? And at that point, anything below 30 if Bitcoin continues to go any higher from there. So this is definitely a very, very attractive range for people to still continue to buy. In my own personal opinion, am I buying currently right now? I am, but in very, very small amounts because I already have my bags packed pretty much. And I'm just waiting to see what goes on with the Fed and things like that, because we have quite a few things coming up and with regulation actually. But I'll have to pull up articles on that and kind of go into detail with that later on. I know something had either happened last Wednesday or it's happening next Wednesday. I have no idea. Trying to keep up with things as much as possible, but there's just so much to keep up with at this point. There's like stuff going on globally, stuff going on within the US, stuff going on in cryptos, just stuff going on in the stock market, with the stock market getting supposedly hacked and stuff like that. There's just so much going on, and it's just a lot to keep up with. So it's definitely nice to have other people in the space to kind of feed off of and learn from as well. So if you guys got anything to leave in the comments, definitely leave them in the comment section below. But I'm going to stop rambling on here, and I'm going to go ahead and get my mind right and try to see if we can get a better stream out or a video or something like that out tomorrow. And definitely look forward to doing more content, guys. But anyways, guys, that's all I've got for today's video. If you guys got any suggestions or any questions, definitely leave them in the comment section below, and I'll work towards getting those answered. But anyways, guys, I'll see you guys in the next one.